All right, here's my update. I wear a cowboy hat now. Not really. But I did ride a horse today. But leading up to that, I was just explaining how, how Mexico is sometimes. They were going to set me up with this tour guide to ride a horse up to what's called the Puebla Fantasma. And this is where my fifth great grandfather was back in the late 1700s.
Hola.
She says, Sunday, we'll find something, we'll get with you. Sunday came and went, and I didn't hear anything. Things weren't looking good. I started packing things for a hike. No, I don't want to hike up there. They tell me it's about 45 minutes both way, but the hill looks pretty up there. And if you know me, some of my hikes don't turn out too well. But I was determined, I've got history to be found up there, so I had to go. I finally headed out on foot. I got up about a quarter of a mile and thought, hey, no way in hell I'm gonna make this trek. So I headed back. I just bit the bullet. I walked down to where they rent the horses or they rent the tour guides. Typically for about 500 pesos, it's for a group. It's just me, so I had to pay the group rate, 500 pesos. Which is not bad. I mean, how much is that? Ching ching. We take the hike. This is the first time I'm on a horse since I was in high school. In fact, my high school friends called me Cowboy Joe. That's a pet name because that's how little I knew about horses. But that was a piece of cake, and it was rough terrain. We're up on cliffs. I can look down to my death if I wanted, but it was an experience. It was a great experience on my horse. ¿Él es para mí?
Sí.
¿El nombre?
Rosillo.
Rocío, ¿eh? El caballo, ¿verdad?
Sí, el caballo.
¿Y tú?
Gerardo.
Gerardo. Mucho gusto. My horse was, he wanted to be the fastest horse, so we would catch up and pass other groups. My guide, I guess he thought I was doing it well, so he just let me go. But these horses, they know the route for the most part. My horse kept trucking back and forth, and I asked him, am I doing something wrong? He says, no, he's looking for the best route himself because it's all cobblestone. Yeah, this horse was incredible. At one point, though, I needed to go this way, so I tried to lead him, and he looked back at me like, dude, I know what I'm doing. Just let me do what I'm doing. Or he's looking at the tour guide behind him saying, does this cat know where he's going? So, yeah, these horses are incredible. Look at that. Wow. That's a view right there.
Está haciendo pipí.
Y este edificio.
Dentro estaba la maquinaria.
Okay. ¿Y cuándo terminó?
Después de la revolución, ya que eran puros españoles.
Sí, sí. Look at that. Cansado.
Sí, subida, mucha subida.
No, soy viejo. Con
lluvia.
Lluvia,
Sí.
no bombas.
No, bombas no había antes.
Oh, yeah. No electricidad.
Aquí, caballerizas.
Okay, so those are for the horses.
Sí, aquí tomaban agua esos horses.
Ah. And over there, again, he told me that's where the residence is for the miners, which is probably where Francisco stayed. La iglesias. Yeah. And there's one more, hay una más. La capilla?
Sí, nomás estaba la pura cúpula, una pequeña, es la parte de arriba de la...
Ajá.
Sí, la mina.
Oh, wow.
Vamos a ingresar. Hay que... Cuidado con...
Ok.
Cuidado, cuidado. Para allá. Más túnel.
Wow.
Todo el... Para sacar la plata.
Ajá. Trabajadores tiene muy bravo, ¿no?
Sí,
Muy bravo.
para trabajar muchas horas
Ya. Oh.
dentro de la mina.
Y ahora seguro, ¿verdad?
Sí, ahora seguro. Para abajo también parte de mina. Abajo minas también.
Ok.
Por ahí bajaban cuando todavía no estaba la maquinaria caminando.
Oh. Hey, ahora, ¿hay más?
Sí, bueno, aquí solo esta. Pero en Real de Catorce hubo 64
Wow.
en todo alrededor. Esta era la base. Arriba estaba la maquinaria.
Wow.
But we got up there, and have you ever had the moment where you have no control over how you feel about things, how your emotions are going to be like that horse? They're going to do what they want. And I'm walking in the footsteps of an ancestor of mine, a significant ancestor. You know, the first one to come from Spain. I know all about this guy as much as I can from more than 200 years ago. So yeah, I was feeling a little misty up there. And no, I'm not going to do it here for you. There are other channels for that if you're interested. So tomorrow I head back to San Luis Potosí. I would come back again. Now I know the lay of the land. You've probably seen enough footage you probably would be able to navigate yourself once you get here. It's incredible. It's like no little town that I've ever been in. But the hills, you know, if you're here 1 or 2 days, you just do it and feels good, you know, to burn your lungs out. If you're into exercising, you know, you enjoy that kind of thing. But when you're on day 4 or day 5, it was a taxing trip. maybe it's because I hadn't been on the road for a while. It's been 7 months, but this trip was exhausting physically and mentally a little bit because, you know, I've made a couple mistakes that I shouldn't be making. I had computer problems. Google blocked me because they thought, I don't know if it was the location I was in, there was something I did wrong, but they blocked me for 4 days, I think. So there was a little stress involved there. Luckily, I uploaded already the last video, but I had no access to YouTube for the last 4 days. So yeah, if you're a YouTuber, you kind of want to look at YouTube. Well, I've kind of made an executive decision. I've decided to do more voiceovers like this. I'm actually in my hotel room. I'm on the 10th floor and got a pretty nice view. But with the pandemic going on and everybody has face covers, my mask also is problematic in making these videos because I sound too muffled. Wouldn't you agree? So to improve quality, audio quality, I've decided to do the voiceover. There's one little story I'd like to share with you. While in Real de Catorce, just a half block down from my hotel, there's a little fluffy, furry white dog that lives there, I guess. He was there the entire time I was. All the locals seemed to know him. And he left everybody alone. In fact, he was a little shy, standoffish. He didn't get close to anybody except one female police officer, which he must hate. I don't think that she's ever been mean to him because she's a nice lady, but he was on her beat. And every once in a while, I think this got a little popular with the locals on that block, but every time she needed to cross the intersection, that little intersection, he got a little territorial and he would chase after her. And she was an itty-bitty little girl to start with, and she would laugh and scream running across. It was just a great view seeing this police officer running away from this little white poodle. I shared on my Timeless Travel Club Facebook page the problems that I've had while on this trip. I was overly searched at the airport. I was fined $94 for having my drone, first time that's ever happened. So that should have been a sign. I was left at the airport in San Luis Potosí until almost dark because there were no taxis available to take me to my hotel. That was odd. And now my laptop just crashed. So, wow, Viva Mexico. I mean, it's not Mexico's fault, but yeah, it's just been, it's been a lot of work.